All right, good morning. We are in Yosemite, one of the campgrounds. We got down into the 40s last night, which was cold. But I thought I'd take you through a day in the life with the trailer that we built, see what it's like during a month-long camping trip. But I need to get all the chairs set up and then start warming up some coffee. All right, so we threw all the chairs in the bathroom last night, just so they didn't get covered in dew. And then I tend to put the bases around the tents just to make sure that it's like a barrier between animals. So we have a electrical cord coming out from the trailer, and it splits off, goes between both tents. That powers the heated blankets. And this is a campsite that has no power, no water, but we create the power and water, so that's fine. All right, so let's see where we're at today. So right now we're at 73%, and that's with running heated blankets all night. Melissa cooked dinner last night in the Ninja double oven. It's been running the refrigerator all night. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you what it takes to fill up the kettle. So, Ben. So I walk over here and I turn on the pump. And then I set this up here. So let me see if I can't do this with one hand. There we go. All right. So put that on there. That's an instant pot. So you can see that's pulling 135 amps right now, which is awesome. So things we're going to do today are we're going to go into Yosemite Valley, and we're hopefully the trailer, as you can see right there, get a little bit charged up. It's probably not going to get really good sun because of how high the trees are, but you'll see where it's at when we're done cooking breakfast. So depending if the other kids want hot chocolate or anything, but usually it's just me, my wife, and my oldest son. All right, she just stopped boiling. And let's see, out here, we live like heathens, having instant coffee. What you gotta do is put a lot of sugar and cream in it, and you'll be fine. Since you use these stainless steel cups, definitely want to use a cozy on it. Just pour it in. Leave room for cream. Grab the sugar. Let's grab a spoon. We try not to make a giant mess or my wife will get mad. All right, give it a nice stir. All right, and from there we throw away our trash. Grab that. We set it right here on the fridge. Everything is still nice and cold, and I'll pour in heavy whipping cream. I think the wife likes half and half better. There we go, coffee made. They might make more, so we'll see how far down it is by the time we leave. All right, just gonna hang out right here, drink my coffee, wait for everybody else to wake up, and then we're going to hit Yosemite Valley and take some shots. Hopefully the trailer charges up, but if it doesn't, it's still in the 70%. We barely used anything last night. Heated blankets, we had the heated blankets on probably 10 hours. So, win for the trailer, and we'll pick you back up when we're leaving. All right, the wife is loading up the thermal Buc-ee's bag that we got, putting in some frozen water for the day. Kids did warm up the tea kettle a couple more times, so we are at 71%, and we'll see what it's at when we get back from playing around in the park. Turn that light off. I unplugged the tents. So just in case I wasn't clear, it was 4 heated blankets that it was running all night. So yeah. All right. Shutting that off and shut her down. Just wanted to show you guys that we actually leave the trailer disconnected in the parking. So the campground is right here. It makes parking easier. It makes our gas mileage way better. So this is one of the other steps of the day in the life of the trailer. We just leave it unhooked and out, absorbing the sun. But we're heading into the park now. All right, we just made it back. We went to the valley, did a couple of hikes in the valley, and then we went to Glacier Point. So looks like it charges up to 87%, so that's not bad. It's only, what is that, 4:41. So we left at about 9 o'clock this morning. The campground we're in has a lot of mosquitoes, so we're thinking about getting a decent fire started. So yeah, we had a pretty good day. A little warm down in the valley. Up here it's in the low 70s, so that's pretty good. But the trailer charged itself up. We generated water at the past few campgrounds, so I haven't needed it. And yeah, so I'll bring you back in. Melissa's gonna cook chili for dinner, and she's gonna do it all in the oven here, all powered by solar, so that should be fun. All right, so Melissa is starting dinner. It is, looks like about 5:15. So what are we having tonight?
We're gonna make just a really simple chili. I found these half steam tray pans at Costco so that we don't have to dirty a pan. They fit in really well in the bottom part of the oven. So I've got some ground beef, I've got some tomato sauce, some pinto beans, and then I bought one of these on I bought 2 of them on Amazon, so I filled it with chipotle powder, chili powder, garlic, and onion powder. So I found that you can easily just brown the meat by breaking it up like you would in a pan and then just broiling it in the oven. And so that's how I'm going to do that first. Then I'm going to take it out and just kind of dump everything else on top and then stir it up. And then I'm going to pop it back in for 10 or 15 minutes to heat it up. And then we'll be good. We've got some chips and some cheese in the refrigerator. And then one of my sons doesn't want chili, so I'm going to make hot dogs for him in the top oven at the same time. So that'll be nice and convenient. So nobody's really wanted hot dogs this whole time. We prefer hamburgers, so I got some hot dog buns to use. So I'm just softening some butter. I also brought another one with cinnamon sugar and just regular cinnamon. So this is going to make like some basically cinnamon toast on hot dog buns for like dessert.
All right, so how has the trailer been for you as a base of operations when we're coming in and out of the parks? Does it ever run out of power?
It's never run out of power. One night I cooked a cake. I cooked dinner of hamburgers, and we boiled water twice for hot cocoa, and it got to maybe like 85% or something, or 100%. So we've never even come close to getting to the point where we need to conserve power. This oven has been amazing. We used to have like a standalone air fryer, and we would have to keep it in a tub. So we would have to drag it out, heat it up, wait for it to cool down, put it back, which was always a big pain. So this is mounted. It doesn't move while we're driving. It's got 2 different areas, so I can do hamburgers on the bottom and the buns on the top. We can make toast. We can bake pretty much anything you could bake. So, and then I found that like the ground beef, you can bake it instead of using a pan because I don't want to dirty a bunch of dishes because especially like this campsite, they've got bears in the area. So you don't want to be doing dishes and then throwing out your dishwater like you might at a normal campground if there are bears around. So any dishes that we can avoid having, the better. So all we have really are spoons and forks and then the cups from like tea. So I just keep I have a little collapsible sink here and I just keep all the dirty dishes. I wipe them down with like paper towels so there's not like a bunch of stuff hanging on them. But and then when we get to a campground that's not so around bears, then I can just wash it normally. So yeah, everything's been really awesome.
All right, so most nights you cook burgers out of here. Realistically, if we came back for lunch, the system would be able to handle that no problem.
Oh, for sure.
Especially because lunch would be during the middle part of the day, and it would probably be using mostly solar rather than the batteries.
Yeah, we're usually not here at lunch, and we do have like pre-made stuff like chicken salad and such in the refrigerator, so we could do that. But yeah, if we cooked lunch and dinner here, and even had like oatmeal for breakfast or something, the trailer would handle it easily. So if we were like on our property, for instance, for multiple days, we could easily just bring all the food and cook every single meal. We could go extravagant and do like pancakes and bacon, you know, some kind of cool lunch and then some kind of cool dinner, and it would be fine.
Okay, so what day are we on currently? Is it 30?
I think 30. It's a total of 33 days, so it would be 31.
So this is the 31st day. So this is getting her review after basically using this for a month, supporting 3 kids and a 4th kid of a husband, feeding.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been really good. We've dialed in the burgers, which it's just easy and everybody likes it. So we've probably overdone them, but we have also done pasta. What else? Did we do anything else?
Oh, you've made cookies.
Yeah, I've made cookies. I made a couple muffin mixes basically in a pan. Instead of doing muffins, I've just done like a cake pan. So that's like a lemon poppy seed we made yesterday. So I made blueberry muffins once too. I think I have another lemon mix. I brought a couple of them. We had also intended to do pancakes, but we've never really been at a place where we're relaxed enough to stand around and make breakfast. We're usually out driving around and looking at stuff. So,
all right. So, are you starting to make this now?
Yeah. So I'm just going to cut open the meat and kind of break it up a little bit with a wooden spoon, and then I'm going to broil it for 10 minutes, and then I will add all the other stuff. So you definitely don't want to be like waving that around with bears around, right? And then I'll season it, and we will be good to go.
All right, so everybody can see, obviously there's no plugins here, and that's power going out to the tents. We are at 86% currently. So we'll see after dinner what she actually is.
Right, and then I've always done the ground beef in the top one, which does have a broil. So because I don't want to do it up here and change the pans, I'm just going to do air fry at 450 for 10 minutes and see how that works. So. All right, it's been 10 minutes, so we're going to check on that.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. So we're just gonna, if I can figure out what I did with my little spoon. I'm gonna break it up a little bit and see. Yeah, everything looks cooked through. So I'll just break it up and then I'm gonna dump all the rest of the stuff in and stir it up and then pop it back in.
All right, what are we dumping in?
Tomato sauce, pinto beans. I don't know if I'm gonna use all that tomato sauce or not. I don't actually, besides like flour, I don't have anything to thicken it. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. This isn't really a recipe, it's more like an eyeball. All right, oh, how am I gonna drain the beans? Thanks, that's really helpful. I can't tell you how helpful that was. I guess I'll drain it in a bowl. and put it in a Ziploc bag. I don't have a better idea than that.
Because we're in bear country.
I don't think bears care about being liquid, but you never know. Then we'll probably just walk it over to the trash so it doesn't spill or anything. Oh, I probably needed that. Thank you, assistant.
We're going for all of it.
We're going for all of it.
Comes out the secret sauces now. So you just have this in a plastic bag in case it leaks?
Yeah, I get nervous about, like, this is a really poorly, you wouldn't want to rely on it. You wouldn't want to open up your tub and find all your spices all over all your stuff. So, although they haven't leaked, if you can see, the bag is fine. So just a little extra caution. All right, and then once it's hot, I'm gonna taste it, and if I need to add more chili powder or whatever salt, I will. I'm gonna throw it back in probably for 15 minutes at maybe like 350. So I do 15 minutes. And then I'm also going to put the hot dogs for my son.
So I also wanted to say, because of the tree cover right here, in probably a more open camp spot, the trailer probably would have been at 100% as we would have started this.
Right.
So, but even though it was limited sun today, we are still more than good to go. All right, and then you're just throwing those in the top. So you'll be cooking 2 different things at the same time.
Yeah, which is super handy. We can just kind of, that way they won't leak all over everything. And then we can just walk it to the trash. I'll probably do bake. I have no idea what you would cook hot dogs for. Maybe like 8 minutes at 350. All right, so that's it for now. We'll check back in later. All right, so the hot dogs look done. And then the chili's looking good, bubbling. So probably add maybe 5 minutes to it because it's just barely bubbling on the outside. So we will bring you in when we're done. All right, so I'm assuming it's done.
Said you were going to taste it.
Yeah. I want to use this as a pot holder. Yeah, that works. Okay, so we will stir it. Smells good. It's not as thin as I was worried about. I think it needs a little more salt.
And
It's a little spicy, so I probably put too much chipotle powder, but not super chili tasting. So I'll put more regular chili powder, a little more onion powder. And I'm going to stir it So probably put it back in for 10 minutes. Just because it's warm, but it's not like hot. All right. Hopefully we're done now. I probably need 3 hot pans or a trivet or something.
All right, taste test.
Let's stir it up and see what we've got. We're good.
We're good to go?
Oh, spicy, yep.
All right. And we are currently at 78%, but I will say that this is a much more elaborate dinner than she normally makes, and took a lot longer, but we're still above where we left it this morning. So that's pretty good. And we're going to be going for a drive tomorrow, so that should fully recharge her up. But I guess we're going to pick you back up at the campfire. All right, so here's the goods all made up in front of the campfire, ready to dig in. All right, here's the bathroom. Everything's still going well. We're ending today off. I'm gonna roast some marshmallows for the kids. We found that we like to roast peeps. There's not much else to say about the trailer because everything just works well. There's still improvements that we have for it, and we're gonna continue to do those improvements. If there's anything you guys can think of, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, so we're gonna finish up the night just roasting some marshmallows. Can barely see anybody. Stars are definitely not out yet, but thanks for watching. If you want to see anything else about the trailer or what it's like, we just use it as a base camp and it works for everything that we're trying to do with it. But thanks for watching.